Depersonalization. Why 50% of people feel unreal, and how to fix it. You're walking through your day, and suddenly everything tilts. Your hands look unfamiliar, sounds feel far away, and it's like the world has a faint movie filter. Your mind jumps. Am I losing it? Will this stick forever? Here's the relief. Over 50% of people experience this at least once, and only about 1 to 2% develop the persistent form. You're not broken, you're sensitized, and sensitization is trainable. In this video, I'll show you the glitch behind depersonalization/derealization, why reassurance backfires, and the 5-phase plan that actually retrains your brain. The counterintuitive move that stops the spiral shows up in phase 3. What DPDR actually is and isn't. Let's start with the clean definition. Depersonalization means your internal self feels unreal or not yours, like you're watching yourself from behind your eyes, or your body is on autopilot. Derealization means your environment feels unreal, flat, distant, dreamlike, like there's invisible glass between you and the world. You can have one or both, and it's not binary. Some days it's a 2 out of 10 background hum. Other days it spikes to an 8 out of 10 and grabs the wheel. Both are DPDR. Both respond to the same training. Crucially, DPDR is not psychosis. In DPDR, reality testing stays intact. You know this is your hand. You know the street is real. It just doesn't feel real. That split, knowing versus feeling, is the core problem we're going to fix. People often whisper, what if this means schizophrenia? It doesn't. In psychosis, beliefs detach from reality. In DPDR, you're stuck in an altered feeling state with intact logic. So why does it happen? Think of your nervous system as running 2 dials. Dial 1 is alarm, physiological arousal driven by stress, sleep debt, stimulants, THC potency, or old trauma. Dial 2 is attention, what your mind locks onto when alarm rises. When alarm creeps up, the brain can downshift awareness as a protective reflex. It's like pulling a breaker to prevent overload. That downshift feels like unreality. Not a malfunction, an overused safety feature. The loop forms because high alarm changes attention. You start scanning for, am I real? Is this normal? Do I feel like me? The more you monitor sensations, the stranger they feel. The stranger they feel, the more you monitor. Input appraisal, hypervigilance, monitoring, more unreality, fear, even more monitoring. That's the spiral. Now here's where a lot of people get trapped. Reassurance. You check a mirror, ask a friend, Google for hours, or mentally repeat, I'm fine. Reassurance feels helpful because sometimes it calms you for a minute. That tiny payoff is intermittent reinforcement, the most addictive learning pattern. Your brain learns asking works, so next spike you ask again. You build a reassurance compulsion. It's not weakness, it's how nervous systems learn under threat. The fix is not more convincing. It's changing what the nervous system learns by doing something different during the spike. Let's widen the lens on causes, because this matters for shame and treatment. You don't need capital T trauma to get DPDR. Chronic stress, digital overstimulation, panic, sleep deprivation, stimulant overuse, or modern high THC cannabis can all lower your threshold. We also see it after intense anxiety episodes. Your mind decides, too hot, unplug. For others, a history of emotional neglect or overwhelm sensitizes alarm, so it flips the breaker faster. Either way, you're not broken from something, you're sensitized. And sensitization is trainable. There's also an OCD bridge most folks miss. Many people with DPDR develop OCD like checking. Body scanning for do I feel like me? Staring into mirrors to confirm identity, asking, do I seem normal? Replaying memories to verify continuity. These are compulsions aimed at certainty. They buy short-term relief and long-term fuel. That's why our plan borrows exposure and response prevention logic. Reduce reassurance, retrain attention, and let the alarm come down on its own. So your brain learns uncertainty is safe. Let's make the brain piece simple without the jargon. In high alarm, the prefrontal cortex, the part that gives sensations context, downshifts. The system favors safety over nuance. Sensations feel raw and weird. You may also lose emotional color for a bit, like someone turned the saturation down on life. That blunting can feel terrifying. What if I never connect again? But here's the rule. State is not forever. When baseline alarm falls, via sleep, light, breath, movement, and attention retraining, color returns. 2 more clarifications. First, DPDR absolutely co-occurs with panic and generalized anxiety. Sometimes it hits mid-panic. Other times it becomes the thing you fear most, which then fuels more panic. Second, DPDR sits on a spectrum. Many people function, work, and socialize with a background hum. The goal isn't never feel weird again. The goal is flexibility. Even if it shows up, I can do what matters. Common traps to watch for right now. Over-monitoring internal sensations. Avoiding normal life, friends, work, exercise, until you feel like yourself again. Swapping one reassurance for another. From Googling to asking to mirror checking to body scanning. Chasing a perfect explanation instead of practicing skills. Waiting to start life until the feeling disappears. And a quick word on medication, because you'll ask. If your alarm dial is stuck high, constant anxiety, insomnia surges, it can help to talk with a clinician. Short-term support like an SSRI can turn the volume down so your retraining actually sticks. It's not failure, it's lowering the noise floor so the system can learn. Here's the empowering takeaway. DPDR is a protective reflex that started helping and then overhelped. You can retrain it. We'll lower baseline alarm with sleep, light, breath, and movement. We'll retrain attention with external orientation and microtasks that anchor you in the world outside your head. We'll break the reassurance loop with gentle exposure and response prevention, feeling odd without fixing it, so your brain updates its threat model. And we'll rebuild identity and meaning, because the fastest way to feel like you is to do what matters like you, even when the feeling lags. The glitch model, how the loop sustains itself. Let's map the loop so you can see where to break it. Start with a spike, alarm rises. Maybe it's fatigue, THC, a loud store, or a random jolt of adrenaline. A weird sensation pops up. Your hands feel unfamiliar, sound feels flat, or time feels off. That sensation is neutral data. The meaning you assign next is everything. Your brain scans for certainty. Is this dangerous? Is this me? That appraisal tilts negative because your alarm dial is already high. Now attention locks inward. You start monitoring, staring at your hands, tracking heartbeats, testing. Do I feel like me? When attention turns inward under high arousal, normal sensations distort. Your brain magnifies noise, like turning a camera to maximum ISO in a dim room. Everything gets grainy. That distortion feeds fear. Fear raises alarm further. Alarm pushes attention even tighter. Welcome to the glitch. Alarm shifts attention inward. Inward attention amplifies unreality. Unreality spikes fear. Fear boosts alarm. It's a self-feeding loop. Then reassurance slips in disguised as help. You Google, is DPDR permanent? You ask a friend, do I seem weird? You mirror check until you recognize yourself. Sometimes one of these pays off. You get 30 seconds of relief. That small win trains your brain that reassurance works. Intermittent reinforcement is the strongest teacher. Next spike, you check faster. You ask more people. You scroll longer. Short-term quieter, long-term louder. Avoidance plays the same trick. You skip social plans until I feel normal. You work from home rather than face fluorescent lights. You stop exercise because the heartbeat feels too intense. Each avoidance reduces immediate distress and slightly shrinks your life. The brain logs a lesson. We only survived because we escaped. Your world gets smaller, alarm grows bigger, and the threshold for a dissociation spike gets lower. Cognitive over-control makes it worse. You try to think your way out, cataloging symptoms, analyzing triggers, replaying moments to verify continuity. Was I present when I talked to my boss? But metacognition under alarm becomes a microscope aimed at fog. The more you try to pin it down, the more slippery it feels. That slipperiness becomes proof something is wrong. There's also a subtle identity trap. You start narrating with absolutes. I can't connect. I'm broken. This is who I am now. Those statements feel like protection. If you accept the worst, you can't be surprised. But identity statements shape attention. If you believe I can't connect, your brain stops sampling the tiny moments you do, laughing at a joke, enjoying sunlight for 5 seconds, feeling your feet on the ground. The data that could disconfirm the belief never gets logged, so the belief hardens. Biology keeps the loop humming. High alarm downshifts prefrontal context, the part that usually tags sensations with "this is just stress." Without context, sensations arrive without captions. The insula, your interoceptive dashboard, gets noisy. External world processing dims a bit. That combination creates the exact movie filter quality you hate. If you then add sleep debt or stimulants, alarm stays elevated into the next day. and the loop is waiting. Social media can be gasoline. Doom scrolling keeps your attention narrow and internal. Symptom forums deliver hyper-detailed horror stories your brain treats like threats. Even well-meaning reassurance communities can reinforce checking. You post, people soothe you, you feel better, your brain learns to outsource safety. So you return more. Frequently, earlier in the spike, and with more fear if no one replies. So where are the exits? 3 places. Exit 1. Reduce baseline alarm so neutral sensations don't auto-tag as threat. Sleep, morning light, breath pacing, and steady movement do that. Exit 2. Retrain attention outward when a spike hits. External orientation interrupts the inward magnifying glass. Exit 3. Stop teaching your brain that certainty equals safety. That means response prevention. Allowing uncertainty while you do something valued. No reassurance, no checking, no escape. The nervous system learns, I can feel weird and still move. Here's a simple picture. Imagine 2 curves on a graph. The first is arousal over time during a spike. If you reassure or avoid, arousal drops fast, but the next spike starts higher. If you ride it with response prevention, arousal drops slower, but the next spike starts lower. One buys comfort now and sensitization later. The other buys discomfort now and desensitization later. Choose your curve. Let me make it practical. Trigger. The room looks too bright and distant. Old loop. Stare harder, ask someone leave. New loop. Name 5 bright objects out loud. Feel both feet fully, breathe 6 seconds out, and continue the task you were doing. Email, chopping vegetables, walking the aisle. When the urge to check rises, label it urge, not command. You're not proving you're real. You're proving you can act while uncertain. That flips the lesson your nervous system encodes. Last piece, expect aftershocks. Your brain will test you with, but what if this time it's different? Treat that thought like the elevator ping in a building, background. Your job isn't to eliminate pings. It's to keep walking to your floor. The loop survives on your attention and your escape. Starve it of both, and it withers. Modern triggers. Why this feels so right now. 2 huge reasons. Our baseline alarm runs higher, and our attention gets hijacked inward faster than ever. Not because you're weak, because your environment is engineered for arousal and self-monitoring. Start with sleep debt. One short night can crank stress hormones and blunt emotional regulation the next day. When you're underslept, the brain's context systems downshift, the very parts that would normally tag weird sensations as just tired. So neutral inputs arrive without captions, and your mind fills the gap with threat. If you've had a run of late nights, expect more movie filter moments. It's not permanent, it's physiology. Layer in digital arousal. Infinite scroll keeps your attention narrow, head-heavy, and self-referential. You're consuming micro-threats, news spikes, comment drama, symptom rabbit holes, every few seconds. That trains 2 things DPDR loves: hypervigilance and internal monitoring. You finish scrolling, and suddenly the room feels flat. It's not random. Your attentional lens is still zoomed in and pointed at you. Stimulants add fuel. Coffee isn't evil, but timing and dose matter. A big late morning hit after poor sleep can push background jitters into "do I feel real?" territory. Same with energy drinks or stacking caffeine with fasted mornings. Your body's telling you sprint, but your calendar says sit still. That mismatch sensitizes alarm and invites checking. If you're spike prone, front load smaller caffeine earlier, pair it with food, and taper by early afternoon. Now cannabis. This one deserves clarity. Modern THC potency is far higher than it was decades ago, and some people are more sensitive to its effects on perception and time. For those nervous systems, a high THC session, especially after sleep debt or anxiety, can nudge the brain into detachment as a protective downshift. You're not doomed if you've had a bad experience, and this isn't a moral lecture. It's pattern spotting. If your DPDR spikes for days after using, your threshold is telling you something useful. Reduce dose, avoid concentrates, consider higher CBD ratios, or pause while you retrain. Also, panic sensitization. Many people feel their first DPDR episode during or after a panic surge. The nervous system hits too hot and pulls the breaker. Later, you fear the feeling more than the original trigger, which makes it show up sooner. That's why reassurance becomes so magnetic. It promises control. But you've seen the trap. Intermittent relief trains the loop. We'll beat it by pairing uncertainty with action. Loneliness matters more than people think. Isolation amplifies self-focus. Without regular, low-stakes contact, small talk with a barista, a walk with a friend, your calibration to the outside world fades. Then a weird internal sensation has nothing external to anchor to, so it grows bigger. This is why I'll reconnect when I feel like myself backfires. Connection lowers alarm and restores context. You often need it before you feel ready. Lighting and environments play a role. Hours indoors under dim. Stale light keeps circadian signals weak. Then you step into a big box store with bright fluorescents and echoing aisles, and your brain flags. Too much, too fast. That abrupt contrast can trigger the unreality snap. The fix isn't to avoid stores forever. It's to preload your system with morning light, gradual exposure, and a clear plan for what you'll do when the ping hits. Symptom content online can nudge attention the wrong way. Deep dive lists, horror timelines, and identity posts prime your brain to scan for every microsignal. Education helps when it ends in action. It harms when it ends in checking. Use content like a tool, not like a mirror. Consume with a timer, then immediately practice an external drill. Naming 5 sounds, feeling both feet, finishing the next email. To teach your attention where home is. Here's the unglamorous truth. None of these triggers make DPDR permanent. They just lower the threshold that flips the breaker. The win is stacking your day so baseline alarm comes down, sleep, light, breath, steady movement, and building automatic exits when a spike pings. Orient out, label urges, do the next valued action. You don't have to control the world. You only have to retrain how your system responds to it. Assessment without obsession. Map your loop. Here's how to get clarity without feeding the reassurance machine. We're going to map your loop like a scientist, not ruminate like a detective. 2 tools. A 2-minute daily loop snapshot and a 30-second spike sketch you use in the moment. Both are fast, external, and end in action. First, the loop snapshot. Do it once a day, same time, pen and paper. For lines, no essays. Line 1, baseline alarm, -10. Not how scared you felt. How revved your body seemed today. Sleep debt? Jitters? Calm. Pick a number in 5 seconds. Line 2, attention bias, inward/outward, -10. 0 is, I was engaged with people, tasks world. 10 is, I was in my head most of the day. Quick gut rating. Line 3, triggers noted. 3 words max per item. Examples, scrolling, fluorescence, fasted caffeine, deadline, argued, concentrates. Line 4, valued actions done. 2 to 3 behaviors that matter to you, however small. 20-minute walk, called friend. Finished draft. Cooked, read to kid. That's it. 2 minutes. Close the notebook. No analysis spiral. The point is trend lines, not perfect data. After 7 days, glance back and circle patterns. Does poor sleep push your attention bias up by 2 points the next day? Do morning walks drop baseline alarm by 1? Does symptom content show up before your worst spikes? You're turning hunches into levers you can actually pull. Now the spike sketch. This is your in-the-moment map that takes 30 seconds and ends in a behavior. Step 1, name the ping. 1 neutral phrase. Movie filter ping. Hands feel off. Time slippage. Out loud if you can. Labeling shifts you from inside it to noticing it. Step 2, identify the urge. Check the mirror. Google permanence. Ask partner. Leave store. Count heartbeats. Say, there's an urge to X. Step 3, choose 1 exit. Pick from 3 categories we already set up. Orient out, name 5 colors, 3 sounds, 2 textures. Pace breath, 6-second exhale X3. Or tiny task, resume the thing you were doing. Type 1 sentence, scan 1 shelf, chop 3 carrots. Do 1, not all. Step 4, tag the win. 1 sentence. Rode the ping while emailing, or felt weird, finished checkout. That's your nervous system's new lesson. A few guardrails keep this clean. Timebox any written tracking. If the snapshot takes longer than 2 minutes, you're thinking, not mapping. If the spike sketch turns into symptom journaling, you're checking, not retraining. The map should always end with action. Otherwise, you're rewarding scanning. What about frequency? Snapshot once daily. Spike sketch only during a ping. If you catch yourself hunting for pings, so you can fill one out, pause and deliberately reorient to the room. We don't go fishing in murky water. Common pitfalls. First, perfectionism. What if I misread alarm? Don't chase precision. Consistency beats accuracy. Second, combining mapping with self-diagnosis deep dives. Separate them. Education happens on a calendar, not inside a spike. Third, turning the map into safety behavior. I can't leave the house without my notebook. If you forget it, use your palm, your phone's notes, or do it in your head in 10 seconds. Here's the reframe that makes this stick. You're not proving you're real, you're proving you can act while uncertain. Each snapshot builds lever awareness. Each sketch pairs a ping with a valued action. That's how the brain updates the threat model, by seeing you move. Phase 1. Stabilize the body's alarm. Before we retrain attention, we have to lower the noise floor. Think of this phase as turning down the alarm dial, so neutral sensations stop auto-tagging as threat. We're not chasing perfect wellness. We're stacking small, reliable inputs that shift. Physiology. 5 levers: sleep, light, breath, movement, and fuel. Set them up like habits, not projects. Sleep first, because one short night can raise stress hormones and blunt emotional regulation the next day. Aim for a consistent window, not a magic number. Pick an anchor bedtime, and wake time you can keep 7 days a week, then protect the last 90 minutes. No news, no symptom content, no bright overheads. Keep lights warm and low. If your mind spins in bed, get up and do something dull in dim light. Fold laundry, read paper pages, until your eyes get heavy. That teaches your brain the bed is for sleep, not rumination. And if you wake at 3 a.m., don't negotiate with Google. Sit up, feet on the floor, 3 long 6-second exhales, then a boring page in low light. Back to bed when sleepiness returns. We're training rhythms, not forcing unconsciousness. Next is morning light. Within 30 to 60 minutes of waking, get outside for 5 to 10 minutes, even if it's cloudy. Natural light is orders of magnitude brighter than indoor bulbs and gives your circadian system a loud daytime signal. It lowers morning grogginess, stabilizes cortisol timing, and makes night sleep arrive easier. If mornings are dark where you live, use a 10-000 lux light box for 10 to 20 minutes while you eat. Pair it with a simple orientation cue. Name 5 things you see, so you start the day looking out, not in. Breath is your built-in brake pedal. We'll use it for state shifts, not constant monitoring. 2 drills. First, the 6-second exhale. Breathe in gently through the nose for about 4 seconds, then exhale for 6 to 8. Do 3 of those when you feel revved, before tasks that usually spike you, or after caffeine. Second, box or triangular breathing for pre-sleep wind down. Inhale 4, hold 4. Exhale 6 to 8. No hold at the bottom. Repeat for 2 minutes. The longer exhale engages your parasympathetic system. If counting makes you self-conscious, hum on the exhale. The vibration lengthens it automatically. Movement matters most when it's steady and repeatable. We're not chasing a runner's high. We're teaching your nervous system that your body can rev and settle safely. Minimum viable plan. 20 to 30 minutes of easy to moderate movement most days. Walks are perfect. If your heart pounding triggers you, start with a gentle pace and keep your attention out. Landmarks, sounds, light on leaves. Over weeks, increase intensity by feel. Strength work adds a stabilizing signal. 2 short sessions a week with simple patterns. Push, pull, hinge, squat are enough. If you've been avoiding exercise because sensations feel too much, this is where you reclaim them on your terms slowly. Fuel stabilizes swings. Fasted mornings plus big caffeine is a classic alarm trap. Blood sugar dips, adrenaline rises, and your brain goes hunting for explanations. Front-load protein and some complex carbs at breakfast. Eggs and toast, yogurt and fruit, oats with nuts, then taper caffeine. If you use coffee, try half a cup with food, then switch to tea. Cut energy drinks if possible, especially paired with sleep debt. Hydrate more than feels necessary. Even mild dehydration can nudge fatigue and jitter. Let's bundle these into a simple morning and evening scaffold. Morning. Wake at your anchor time. Light exposure outside for 5 to 10 minutes. Quick protein-forward breakfast. Small caffeine if you use it. Then a 10-minute walk with an external orientation cue. Name 5 colors, 3 sounds, 2 textures. That sequence tells your system. Day has started. Outside world matters. We're moving. Evening. Pick a go-dark time 90 minutes before bed. Dim lights, no doom scrolling. 2-minute breath drill with long exhales. 1 page of a low-stakes book, then bed. If the mind kicks up, repeat the breath and slide feet to the cool side of the sheets. Temperature change often unlocks sleep when thoughts won't. Plan for caffeine and cannabis deliberately. If you're spike-prone, keep caffeine earlier and smaller with food. If your DPDR ramps after high THC use, your threshold is sending a message. Consider reducing dose, choosing higher CBD ratios, or pausing while you stabilize. This isn't moral, it's mechanical. Lower input intensity while your system relearns safety. Add 2 tiny daytime anchors. First, a midday reset. Step outside, 5 breaths with long exhales. Look at the farthest thing you can see. Second, a consistent movement block you can keep on your worst day. 10 minutes counts. If you miss, don't pay the shame tax. Restart at the next cue. Consistency beats intensity. If your alarm sits at an 8 even with this scaffold, constant surges, no sleep, appetite gone, that's your signal to loop in a clinician. Short-term medication can lower the volume, so these practices stick. The skill work still matters. Meds help it land. You'll be tempted to measure everything. Don't. Track 1 or 2 levers tops. Light in the morning, yes or no, movement minutes. The goal is stacking wins. Your nervous system can feel, not building a spreadsheet. When the alarm dial turns down, neutral sensations get their captions back. That's the foundation we'll build on in Phase 2. Phase 2, attention retraining, out of the scanner. Phase 1, turn the alarm down. Now we have to move your attention out of the internal scanner and back into the world, on demand. This isn't try harder to focus. It's training specific attention muscles the way you'd train a weak ankle. Short, frequent, progressive, and paired with real life. Think 5 drills. 2 build raw attention control. 2 build flexible switching. 1 glues it into daily tasks, so it sticks when you need it. Drill 1, spot, name, shift, 60 seconds. Pick a room. Set a 1-minute timer. Cycle 3 verbs. Spot an object, name 1 true detail, shift your gaze. Mug, blue rim. Lamp, brass base. Frame, left corner chipped. Keep your head still. Let your eyes do the work. The rule is forward motion, not depth. If your mind tries to analyze, shrink the sentences back to 2 words. Do 1 set morning and afternoon. This builds fast, frictionless orienting. Exactly what spikes disrupt. Drill 2, the 5-3-2 sweep. Anywhere you are, silently tag 5 colors, 3 sounds, 2 textures on your skin. Then return to what you were doing. No closing your eyes, no deep breath unless you choose it. The point is speed. You're proving to your attention. We can touch the room and come back. Use this sweep before activities that usually trigger you. Walking into a store, opening your laptop, getting into the car. Drill 3, the 10-second beam. Choose a tiny target, corner of a picture frame, a screw head, a leaf vein. Hold a soft visual beam there for 10 seconds while you feel both feet. When your mind wanders, it will. Gently bring it back, no commentary. 3 reps, twice a day. This builds sustained external focus without strain. Strain turns attention inward. Softness keeps it out. Drill 4, switchback. Put 2 simple anchors in front of you. Say a pen and a coaster. Set a 60-second timer. Every 5 seconds, shift your attention from one to the other. Label the switch silently. Pen, coaster, pen, coaster. Then do 1 60-second set switching between an object and a sound. Fan, mug, fan, mug. You're teaching your brain that you control the steering wheel, not the spike. Drill 5, embed and continue. Pick 1 daily action, making coffee, brushing teeth, tying shoes, and insert a micro-orient. Name 2 colors, 1 sound, 1 texture, then complete the action without pausing. You are literally stitching look out into automatic routines, so it's there when the ping hits. Let's put these into a mini plan. Morning. After light, do 1 set of spot, name, shift, and 1 set of 10-second beam. Before your most spike-prone block, work, commute, store. Run a quick 5-3-2 sweep. Afternoon slump. Switch back once. Evening. Embed and continue during a routine. Total time, 5 to 7 minutes scattered across the day. The goal is frequency, not hero workouts. Now use context cues, so you don't have to remember. Tape a small blue dot near your monitor. Blue dot means spot, name, shift. Set a phone reminder titled Beam X3. Put a post-it on the coffee tin. 2 colors, 1 sound, 1 texture. We're outsourcing memory to the environment. That's what the internet already does, just inverted for recovery. But what if I do the drill and still feel weird? Perfect. That's the rep you needed. The drill isn't supposed to erase a spike on command. It's supposed to teach your system that external orientation is available while the feeling exists. If your mind says, "It didn't work," answer with a behavior, not an argument. Do the next step of your task. The lesson is in the doing. Common mistakes to avoid. First, turning drills into reassurance. If you're checking whether the world feels real yet, you've slipped back into the scanner. Return to the verb. Spot, name, shift. Second, over-focusing your eyes until they ache. Soft eyes, wide field. Third, doing all drills only when anxious. That teaches, we orient when in danger. Sprinkle reps when calm so your brain tags orientation as normal, not emergency gear. Advance them over 2 weeks. Week 1, short reps, low stakes, low arousal. Week 2, same drills, slightly noisier environments, mild music, a busier room, a gentle walk outside. Keep reps short. We climb difficulty by environment first, not by duration. Your nervous system learns faster from many tiny successes than one long grind. Now the glue, task pairing. Attention training becomes anti-DPDR when it's tied to valued actions. Choose one meaningful microtask per day. Send a 2-sentence email. Load the dishwasher. Take a 5-minute walk. Before you start, do a 5-3-2 sweep. Start the task. Midway, if a ping hits, label it once and do a 10-second beam on a nearby target while continuing the task. Finish, then tag the win. Felt odd, sent email. That one line is your brain's new caption. 2 real-life examples. Grocery store. Entrance feels too bright. Old loop. Leave, scroll. Promise to try tomorrow. New loop. At the door. 5-3-2. Push the cart. When the aisle stretches, beam to a label edge for 10 seconds while walking. Pick 3 items. Check out. Tag the win. Zoom meeting. Face looks strange in the camera. Old loop. Stare at yourself. Shut video off. Ruminate. New loop. Switch to gallery view to widen field. Beam to a neutral object. Track the speaker's voice for 3 sentences. Add 1 sentence to the chat. Tag the win. If your attention yo-yos all day, perfect. That means you're noticing. Our aim is not to hold it out forever. It's to regain steering in seconds. Each small, consistent rep rewires the inward-only under stress habit into outward, then proceed. This is how we make Phase 3 possible. You'll be able to face uncertainty and act because your attention knows where to go. Phase 3, Cognitive Behavioral Debunk. Fear of DPDR. Phase 1, Lowered Alarm. Phase 2, Trained Attention Outward. Phase 3 is where we remove the fuel source, catastrophic beliefs about DPDR. Not with lectures, by running tiny behavioral experiments that prove, in your nervous system, that the feared outcomes don't occur. Think of this as exposure plus response prevention, aimed at the exact thoughts that keep the loop alive. Start with the 5 most common fears. If I don't fix this, I'll go insane. This will become permanent. I'll lose myself and never connect again. I can't function while feeling unreal. If I stop checking, something dangerous will happen. We'll take each fear, write a testable prediction, design a brief exposure, and prevent the usual safety behavior. Then we tag the actual outcome. That's how your brain updates its model, by seeing you act while uncertain and watching nothing catastrophic happen. Fear 1. I'll go insane. Prediction. If I don't reassure myself for 10 minutes during a spike, I'll lose control. Exposure. Set a 10-minute timer during a mild ping. No Googling, no mirror, no asking. Do a neutral task. Fold laundry, wipe a counter, draft an email. Use your Phase 2 drills only to orient out, not to make it stop. Response prevention. Label urges to check and let them pass. Outcome to record in 1 sentence. Felt weird, folded towels, no loss of control. Repeat 3 times this week. The nervous system learns. Arousal rises, arousal falls. I did normal things. Insanity did not arrive. Fear 2. It'll be permanent. Prediction. If I feel unreal this morning, I'll feel just as unreal tonight. Exposure. Schedule 2 check-ins. No more than 30 seconds, midday and evening. At each, rate the intensity from -10 without analysis. In between, live your plan, light movement tasks. Response prevention. No micromonitoring between check-ins. Outcome. Morning July 10th, midday April 10th, evening March 10th. Even small shifts disprove permanence. If it doesn't shift one day, note it and keep the scaffold. The rule is trend, not perfection. Fear 3. I'll never connect again. Prediction. If I meet a friend while feeling unreal, I'll be blank the whole time. Exposure. Schedule a 15-minute walk with someone safe. Pre-orient with 5, 3, 2, then ask 2 questions about their day. Track for 1 moment of genuine response. A smile, shared laugh, brief warmth. Response prevention. No self-scanning during the conversation. Outcome. Felt odd, laughed at the dog story. 1 flame counts. You're teaching your system that connection flickers, even when saturation is low. Fear 4. I can't function while feeling unreal. Prediction. If I try to work like this, I'll fail. Exposure. Choose a 5-minute task with a concrete end point. Send a 2-sentence email. Reconcile 1 receipt. Outline 3 bullets. Start with a sweep, then do the task start to finish without fixing the feeling. Response prevention. No rereading for reassurance. No perfection passes. Outcome. Felt off, sent email. Functioning isn't a feeling, it's a behavior. Fear 5. Stopping checking is dangerous. Prediction. If I don't check the mirror, I'll miss a real problem. Exposure. Pick a 2-hour window where mirrors are covered or avoided. When the urge hits, label it once and do a 10-second beam to an external target while continuing your current action. Response prevention. No substitute checking, no selfie camera, no reflective windows, no asking someone. Outcome. Did dishes, no mirror, nothing dangerous happened. You're withdrawing the reward from the compulsion. Now let's make a weekly ladder. List 3 triggers from easiest to hardest. For example, texting a friend while feeling off, shopping 1 aisle under fluorescence, speaking up once in a meeting with camera on. For each, define the prediction, the exposure, and the 1 safety behavior you'll prevent. Run each step 2 to 4 times before you climb. The goal is boring wins, not bravery porn. Boring rewires better. Expect, but what if spikes mid-exposure? Treat them like elevator pings, background. Shift attention out once, then do the next action in. Your exposure. If the wave surges, ride it with long exhales and proceed. Remember the curves. Fast relief now trains bigger spikes later. Slower discomfort now trains smaller spikes later. You choose your curve with your behavior, not your thoughts. Don't argue with the fear content. We're not debating permanence or identity. We're showing your brain, with repetition, that your feared outcomes don't manifest when you stop feeding the loop. That's how intermittent reinforcement dies, by no longer paying it. 2 common mistakes to avoid. 1. Stacking exposures when you're exhausted. Fatigue raises alarm. Start exposures on a day you've done your phase 1 scaffold. 2. Turning drills into safety behaviors. Orientation is a starting whistle, not a sedative. If you find yourself using it to chase a feeling, shrink the drill and resume the task. Here's your mantra for this phase: uncertain and moving. Label the ping, don't fix the feeling, do the next small valued action, and tag the real outcome. That's how your nervous system learns that DPDR is a loud alarm, not a verdict, and alarms quiet when you stop feeding them. Phase 4, re-enchant reality, Vividness training. You've lowered the alarm and trained attention to move outward on cue. Now we're going to turn up the world's saturation slider, so your brain naturally prefers outside in data again. Think of this as perceptual strength training. We're not forcing feelings. We're rebuilding the circuits that register color, depth, texture, and meaning. 5 practices: sensory sprints, texture stacks, micro-awe, human warmth, and meaning and making. Short, repeatable, and paired with normal life. First, sensory sprints. Pick 1 sense at a time and give it 30 rich seconds. Then return to what you were doing. Vision. Find 3 distinct shades of the same color: moss, bottle green, neon jacket, and name them. Sound. Isolate layers: distant traffic, keyboard taps, a bird's chirp. Label low, mid, high. Smell. 2 distinct scents: coffee, soap, 1 adjective each. Taste. A slow sip or bite, sweet, bitter, acidic. Touch. 2 textures: cool ceramic, warm fabric, plus pressure level. Do 2 sprints, twice a day, and once mid-spike. The rule is fast richness, then move on. You're feeding the brain detailed external data without turning it into a ritual. Second, texture stacks. Choose an ordinary object and explore 5 dimensions in 20 seconds. Temperature, weight, texture, edge shape, sound it makes. Mug, warm, medium heavy, smooth wall, sharp lip, dull clink. Rotate through objects you already use: keys, wallet, water bottle, pen. This builds dense sensory records the brain can quickly recall. Familiar things feel more real because you've logged them in detail. We're accelerating that logging. Third, micro-awe, or reset self-focus by making you feel small in a good way. We're not chasing sunsets, we're collecting tiny moments that bend attention outward. Morning, 3-second sky check. Notice the largest cloud shape. Midday, 1 plant inspection, veins, color gradient, tiny imperfections. Evening, look for a reflection, window gloss, puddle shimmer, the way light sits on a spoon. Tag each with a brief phrase. Cloud like a ship, leaf lightning, spoon moon. You're not journaling, you're giving your memory a hook. Or shrinks the me channel and amplifies the world channel. Fourth, human warmth. DPDR blunts emotional color, so we're adding low-stakes warmth back in. Micro contacts count. Greet a barista by name. Hold eye contact for 1 sentence. Add a genuine thank you. Text a friend a specific compliment, not a check-in. Your note yesterday helped me start. Pet an animal and name 2 sensations. Warm, rhythmic. Share a 10-second laugh video with a coworker. You're not hunting for deep connection. You're sprinkling embers. Warmth registers faster when it's simple and concrete. Fifth, meaning in making. Nothing re-enchants faster than making something tangible. Choose 1 5-minute making action daily. Assemble a sandwich, chop vegetables, handwrite a note, sweep a small area, doodle, water a plant. Before you start, call your attention out with a quick sensory sprint. Do the thing. When you finish, name 1 property you created. Floor lines, lavender smell. Crunchy edges, ink curve. The brain's I did that system is powerful medicine for I feel unreal. Now bundle these into your day. Morning, 1 sensory sprint with light exposure, plus a micro or sky check. Midday, texture stack with an object on your desk, and send 1 warmth text. Afternoon slump, micro or plant or reflection moment, then a 5-minute making task. Evening wind down, a taste sprint with tea or a square of chocolate, and a short pet or people warmth moment. That's 6 to 8 minutes total, woven into life. Let's handle spikes. When the movie filter ping hits, do not test yourself for, do I feel real yet? Pick the nearest texture stack, then immediately do the next tiny task. You had planned. If the urge to judge arises, label it rating urge, and return to the verb. Feel name do. The win isn't feeling enchanted on command. It's teaching your system that rich outside data is always available, and you can act while uncertain. Upgrade gently over 2 weeks. Add variety, new colors, sounds, mild novelty, new walking route, and small beauty, put a leaf in a glass on your desk. Keep reps short. Beauty works best in sips when your nervous system is recovering. Common missteps. Turning sprints into rituals you must complete. Chasing intensity instead of detail. Doing all of this only when anxious. Sprinkle it when calm so your brain tags vividness as normal, not emergency gear. Here's the mantra for this phase: details, then doing. We notice richly, we do something small, we move on. Each repetition lays another thread from inside the scanner, back into the world. Enough threads make a rope, and ropes pull you forward, even when feelings lag behind. Phase 5, Values First Lifestyle Design. You've lowered alarm, trained attention outward, debunked fear with action, and rebuilt vividness. Now we lock it in by living from values, not symptoms. DPDR shrinks when your days are organized around what matters, because identity is behavior repeated. We're going to design a life that makes DPDR an occasional background ping, not the project of your day. Start with a 5-minute values snapshot. Write 3 domains that genuinely matter to you, not what you should want. Relationships, learning, creativity, health, service, craftsmanship, faith, parenting, nature, community. For each, pick 1 verb that sounds like you. Call, walk, build, teach, cook, learn, repair, write, invite. Verbs are crucial. Values live in actions. Next, build a 1-page rhythm. Simple, repeatable, immune to perfectionism. Divide your page into 3 columns. Must-do anchors, nice if do, and never when spiking. Must-do anchors. Choose 3 daily non-negotiables that express your values in under 15 minutes each. Example, relationships, text or voice memo 1 person. Health, walk 10 minutes. Creativity, 2 sentences toward a project. On your worst day, these still happen. Identity stays intact because behaviors stayed intact. Nice if do, small add-ons you sprinkle when capacity is higher. 30-minute workout, cook a meal, 2 paragraphs, invite a friend for a walk, tidy one's own. This column turns good days into momentum without turning them into pressure. Never when spiking. The things that look helpful but fuel the loop, symptom forums, mirror tests, caffeine late, deep self-analysis. When the ping is hot, you don't negotiate with these. You protect your future. Now calendar the anchors like appointments. Identity beats intensity when the verbs happen at the same times. Morning, light, micro-creative dose, text a friend. Midday, short walk or strength set. Evening, 5-minute make and 2-minute wind down breath. These are the belt that holds your day up. Tie each anchor to a cue in your environment, so willpower isn't needed. Mug equals 2 sentences. Shoes equals outside for 10 minutes. Cutting board equals 5-minute make. Phone alarm titled with your verb. Call, walk, write, invite. Identity hides in nouns. It grows in verbs. Bring work and study under values too. Choose 1 high friction, value verb, and 1 low friction, verb each day. High friction might be ship, send the email, submit the draft. Low friction is advance, outline 3 bullets, log 2 references. If the ping hits mid-task, mark your place, do a fast 5, 3, 2, and complete the smallest shippable unit. Functioning isn't a feeling, it's a behavior. Design your social life for low stakes, high frequency connection. Weekly rituals beat occasional big plans. Choose 1 recurring slot. Wednesday walk with a neighbor, Friday cooking with a partner, Sunday call to a sibling. Add micro-warmth daily. Greet by name, compliment specifically, send 1 thank you voice memo. You're rebuilding. I am someone who connects, in 10 to 60 seconds at a time. Now set a valued exposures ladder. Exposures that move life forward, not just symptoms backward. List 3 situations you've avoided but value. Attend a class, volunteer an hour, speak once in a meeting, rejoin a hobby group, visit a crowded store with a list. Define the smallest meaningful step for each. Schedule 1 per week. Use your orientation drills as the starting whistle, not the exit door. Tag outcomes in 1 line. Felt odd, asked question. Pinged, stocked pantry. Flat, volunteered 40 minutes. This grows a self-concept that can do life while sensations fluctuate. Protect recovery with boundaries light. Scripts you can use when your energy dips. I'm stepping out of screens at 9. I can't make tonight, but I can walk Sunday. Happy to help. Give me 1 sentence of what you need. Boundaries are values in defense mode. They keep space for the verbs that build. You. Finally, run a weekly 10-minute recommit. Same page, same pen, no spreadsheets. Circle anchors you hit 4+ times. Put a dot next to any that slipped. Adjust 1 thing, a time, a cue, or a scope. Add 1 nice if do for the coming week and 1 valued exposure. End by writing 1 sentence that starts with I am someone who, and finishes with a verb you actually did. Checks on friends, ships small drafts, walks daily, makes simple meals. That's identity, earned, not affirmed. Here's your compass if the fog returns. When in doubt, do the next tiny verb that matches who you want to be. Call, walk, build, help, learn, invite. DPDR can hum, you still move. Feelings catch up to actions, not the other way around. Special cases: weed, stimulants, and sleep debt. Let's zoom in on 3 common accelerants that don't cause DPDR by themselves, but reliably lower your threshold. Modern high-THC cannabis, stimulants, especially caffeine, and sleep debt. Think of them as gain knobs on the alarm dial. If you know how they work, you can adjust them without moral drama, just mechanics. Start with cannabis. THC potency today is far higher than what many of us assume. Some nervous systems tolerate that shift. Others translate it into time distortion, altered body maps, and a protective downshift that feels like detachment. What makes this worse is context. Mix THC with sleep debt or background anxiety, and you've stacked 3 sensitivity multipliers. If you notice that high THC sessions lead to days of movie filter pings, your system is giving you a clear signal. Options that help: pause concentrates, choose lower THC flower, bias toward higher CBD ratios, reduce dose and protect set and setting, calm state, safe place, clear plan to wind down. If you use for sleep, test non-THC sleep scaffolds first. Consistent window, low light, long exhale, cool room. Because relying on THC to knock you out can hide a dysregulated rhythm underneath. What if you already had a scary cannabis experience, and the echo won't quit? Treat it like any other sensitization. First, stabilize phase 1 levers for 2 weeks. Sleep regularity, morning light, steady movement fuel. Second, reduce cannabis completely during that window, so your alarm curve can come down. Third, Resume exposures that matter to you, groceries, light social. With response prevention, not reassurance. Your nervous system learns safety from your behavior, not from perfectly explaining what happened that night. Now stimulants. Caffeine isn't bad, but dose and timing matter more when your alarm dial runs hot. A big late morning coffee on an empty stomach after a short night is a classic spike recipe. Blood sugar dips, adrenaline rises, interoception gets loud, and the scanner turns inward to make sense of it. Adjust 3 knobs. Dose. Start with half your usual, notice the curve, then titrate. Timing. Front load earlier in the day, ideally within 60 to 90 minutes after waking, and taper by early afternoon. Food. Pair caffeine with protein and complex carbs. If you're very sensitive, swap 1 coffee for tea or half CAF, and avoid stacking with energy drinks. If pounding heart or lightheadedness is your personal tripwire, walk while you sip, name 5 colors, and keep your gaze soft and wide. Movement plus outward focus helps your brain tag those internal sensations as normal. Prescription stimulants are different. Don't change meds without your prescriber. If you're on them for ADHD and notice DPDR spikes, bring data to your clinician. Sleep patterns, dose timing, and when the pings show up. Sometimes small timing shifts or adjunct strategies, light, food, micro-movement breaks. Stabilize the day without sacrificing focus. Sleep debt is the sneakiest multiplier. 1 short night shifts stress hormones, blunts emotional regulation, and downshifts the system that would normally caption sensations as just tired. That's why the world looks flat after a poor night, and why Is This Permanent? Shows up faster. The fix isn't sleeping forever, it's consistency. Anchor your window 7 days a week. Protect the 90-minute wind down from screens, bright overheads, and symptom content. If you wake at 3 a.m., do not negotiate with your phone. Sit up, feet down, 3 long exhales, boring paper page, back to bed when your eyes get heavy. You're training rhythms, not winning a one-night battle. Here's a simple reset protocol if these 3 have been piling up. For 7 days. No high THC, morning light daily, half-dose caffeine with food before noon, 20 to 30 minutes of easy movement most days, consistent wind down, and your phase 2 attention drills tied to small tasks. Track 2 levers only, morning light yes/no, minutes moved. At the end, review your spike sketches for intensity and frequency. If they've eased even a little, you've proven your dials are adjustable. Keep what worked, reintroduce carefully, and remember, you're not chasing purity. You're lowering gain so your system can relearn safety. Relapse-Proof protocol, 2-week consolidation. You've got the levers, drills, and exposures. Now we're going to weld them together so the gains stick when life gets messy. 2 weeks, same scaffold, light progression, and clear rules for pings, aftershocks, and oops days. Think consistency over intensity. We're consolidating learning so your nervous system defaults to orient out, act, move on. Week 1 theme, predictable and light. Your daily bones don't change. Morning scaffold, anchor wake time, 5 to 10 minutes outside light. Quick protein, small caffeine with food, 10-minute walk with a 5-3-2 sweep. Midday anchors, 1 steady movement block, 10 to 30 minutes. 1 task pairing, start a micro task. With a sweep, finish it, tag the win. Evening, go dark 90 minutes before bed. 2 minutes of long exhale breath, low stakes page bed. Attention drills, spot, name, shift, 1 minute, and 10-second beam, 3 reps. After morning light, switch back once mid-afternoon. Embed and continue during 1 routine. Keep reps short. Goal is frequency. Exposure, 2 tiny behavioral experiments this week. Pick from your existing ladder. Text while feeling odd, 1 aisle in a store, 1 camera-on sentence in a meeting. Response prevention is non-negotiable. Tag outcomes in 1 line. Vividness, 2 sensory sprints daily, plus 1 texture stack you weave into something you're already doing. Add 1 micro or sip, sky, plant reflection, and 1 human warmth micro contact. These are seasoning, not projects. Loop snapshot, 2 minutes, same time daily. Spike sketches only during pings, end in action. Week 2 theme, subtle bump and life-forward exposures. Same scaffold, plus 3 gentle progressions. Progression 1, environment, not duration. Run the same attention drills in slightly richer settings. Walk with mild street noise, beam on a moving target for 10 seconds, spot, name, shift in a busier room. Keep reps short. Progression 2, valued exposures. Add one life-forward exposure from your values ladder. Examples: visit a class to sit in the back for 10 minutes. Ask one question in a meeting. Volunteer for 30 minutes. Start with a sweep, prevent reassurance, tag the outcome. Boring wins. Progression 3, social frequency. Schedule one recurring micro-connection. A 10-minute walk midweek, short call Sunday. Keep it low stakes and repeatable. Relapse-proof rules for spikes. When a ping hits, run your 3-step exit without negotiation. Name the ping once, orient out with one drill. Do the next tiny verb that matches your plan. No swapping in quick checks. If you cave, don't pay the shame tax. Tag it honestly. Checked, felt better for 30 seconds, spike returned. And run the exit on the next ping. Learning survives imperfection. Expect aftershocks. Your nervous system will test the new rules with, what if this time? Treat it like a notification. Label rating urge. Glance out, continue. If a wave surges, pair long exhales with movement. Walk and name 5 colors. Then complete the smallest shippable unit of your task. Functioning is a behavior, not a feeling. Handle bad days with a flaw, not collapse. Your flaw is 3 anchors. Morning light, 10-minute movement, 1 valued microtask. If that's all you do, you still protected identity. Tomorrow returns to the scaffold. Protect the edges. 2 hard boundaries for this sprint. No symptom forums or horror timelines. No mirror or selfie checks during spikes. If urges rise, label, beam, do the next verb. You're starving intermittent reinforcement. Measure only what matters. Track 2 boxes. Morning light yes/no, minutes moved. Review loop snapshots each Sunday for trend lines. Is alarm easing faster? Are pings less sticky? Are valued actions more frequent? Adjust one knob, time cue or scope. End the sprint with a 10-minute recommit. Circle anchors you hit 4+ times. Dot the slippery ones and shrink their scope. Add one new life-forward exposure for the coming week. Write one sentence. I am someone who verb you did, even when it pinged. That's your relapse-proof identity statement. Myths, mistakes, and internet rabbit holes. Let's clear the biggest traps that keep people stuck, scared, and scrolling instead of training. Myth 1. DPDR means I'm psychotic. No. In DPDR, reality testing stays intact. You know the world and your body are real even when they feel wrong. Psychosis is believing distorted reality is true. Different problem, different treatment. This myth drives frantic checking, which fuels the loop. Myth 2. If I feel it, I must fix it now. DPDR is a nervous system alarm and attention habit, not an immediate medical emergency. The fix is training over time. Lower baseline alarm, retrain attention, pair uncertainty with action. Rushing for instant relief is the intermittent reinforcement trap. Myth 3. It's permanent. Spikes can last hours, days, even weeks, but the system is plastic. You've already seen that tiny changes in sleep, light, breath, and movement shift intensity. Permanence claims online are often snapshots from people mid-spike who haven't built a scaffold yet. Myth 4. I need the right thought. You can't think your way out of a state your nervous system learned by doing. Explanations are fine, but behavior updates the threat model. Label the ping, orient out, do the next verb. Feeling lags behind action. Mistake 1. Turning education into monitoring. You watch 10 videos on DPDR symptoms, then spend the afternoon scanning your body to see which ones you have. Education should end in one practice, not 10 new things to check. Mistake 2. Mirror tests and video self-view. You stare to recognize yourself or keep your camera tile large to check presence. Both pull attention inward and become safety behaviors. Cover mirrors during exposures. Use gallery view or notes in meetings. Your job is to participate, not verify. Mistake 3. Timing caffeine and fasted mornings. You clean up your routine, then push coffee on an empty stomach after 6 hours of sleep. That stack-jacks alarm and interoception. The scanner turns on and calls it unreal. Pair dose with food early, taper, and move first. Mistake 4. Misusing breath and grounding. You do 6-second exhales to make the feeling disappear. When it doesn't, you do more. Now it's a compulsion. Breath is a state shift and a starting whistle, not a sedative. Use it once, then act. Mistake 5. Waiting to reconnect. When I feel like myself. Isolation magnifies self-focus. You need low-stakes contact before you feel ready. The barista's name, a 10-minute walk, a voice memo. Connection lowers alarm. You don't think your way into it. you do it. Rabbit hole 1. Horror timelines. I've had DPDR for 7 years, nothing helps. You don't see the person's sleep, light, movement, caffeine, or their checking habits. You also don't see the people who recovered and stopped posting. Survivorship bias cuts both ways. If content doesn't end in a drill or a plan, close it. Rabbit hole 2. Identity posts. This is who I am now. Identities harden when you stop sampling contradictory data. If you believe, I can't connect, your brain stops logging the 5-second laughs and sparks. Identity lives in verbs repeated. Call, walk, build, help. Rabbit hole 3. Reassurance communities. They soothe in the moment, then train the loop. Post, comfort, brief relief, bigger spikes. Keep support for logistics, not symptom checks. Trade, do I seem normal? For walk 10 minutes with me? That's connection plus exposure. Here's the rule of thumb. Consume, then practice. 1 fact in, 1 rep out. If a video ends and your next move isn't a drill, an exposure, or a valued verb, you're feeding the scanner. Close the tab, name 5 colors, do the next small thing that matches who you want to be. Rapid fire Q&A. What you're afraid to ask. Does DPDR mean I'm going crazy? No. In DPDR, reality testing stays intact. You know your hands are yours and the room exists, even if it feels dreamlike. Psychosis is believing distortions are true. Different thing, different treatment. Will this be permanent? Sensitization can stick for a while, but the nervous system is plastic. When you lower baseline alarm, retrain attention outward, and pair uncertainty with action, intensity and frequency drop. Think training, not a magic moment. Can DPDR start without trauma? Yes. Chronic stress, sleep debt, digital overload, stimulants, and high THC cannabis can all lower your threshold. You're not broken from a past event. You're sensitized. Sensitization is trainable. Why does reassurance feel good, but make it worse? Because intermittent relief is the most powerful teacher. If asking, Googling, or mirror checking sometimes calms you, your brain learns to crave it. Next spike, the urge is stronger. We break that by labeling the urge and doing the next valued action instead. Is this OCD? It can overlap. Many people with DPDR pick up OCD style checking, mirror scans. Am I real? Loops, constant self-monitoring. Treat those like compulsions. Exposure plus response prevention. No checking. Act anyway. Can caffeine cause DPDR? It can lower the threshold, especially after bad sleep or on an empty stomach. Adjust dose, front-load timing, pair with food, and add movement plus outward focus to retag sensations as normal. Did weed break my brain? Unlikely. Modern THC is potent and can push sensitive systems into protective detachment, especially combined with sleep debt or anxiety. Pause high THC. Stabilize sleep/light/movement for 2 weeks. Then reintroduce carefully or stick with higher CBD ratios. Why do bright stores trigger me? Abrupt sensory contrast plus narrow, inward attention. Preload with morning light. Do a fast external sweep at the door. Keep eyes soft and wide. Grab 3 items and tag the win. Build in short reps. What if the drills don't work? Working doesn't mean instant comfort. It means you oriented out and did the next step while the feeling existed. That's the rep your nervous system needs to update its threat model. Should I meditate? Use external, orientation-heavy practices first. Eyes open, object focus, sensory sprints. Pure open awareness can turn into self-monitoring early on. Later, broaden as you stabilize. Can breath work become a compulsion? Yes. 1 or 2 long exhale cycles as a starting whistle, then act. If you keep breathing to chase a feeling, you're reinforcing the loop. Do I need therapy or meds? If your alarm sits at an 8, spikes are near constant, sleep and appetite are crashing, or you're not functioning, bring in a clinician. Short-term meds can turn down the volume so. Training lands. Trauma-informed CBT, ERP for checking, and somatic work pair well with this protocol. How do I handle 3 a.m. wake UPS? Don't negotiate with your phone. Sit up, feet down, 3 long exhales, 1 boring paper page, back to bed when your eyes get heavy. You're training rhythm, not winning a night. What do I do when loneliness makes it worse? Schedule low-stakes, high-frequency contact. A 10-minute walk, a short call, greet a barista by name. Connection is a state shifter. You earn it by doing, not by waiting to feel like yourself. How long until I feel normal? Usually weeks to see traction, months to feel sturdy. You'll notice earlier wins. Spikes shorter, attention steering faster. more life happening. Track 2 levers: morning light yes/no, minutes moved, and tag behavioral wins. Feeling follows doing. Your daily blueprint. 30-minute routine plus weekly rhythm. Here's a simple, repeatable day that reinforces every phase without turning your life into a protocol. 30 focused minutes total, spread out, plus a light weekly rhythm that keeps identity ahead of symptoms. Morning, part 1, 8 minutes. Anchor wake time. Feet on the floor, no phone yet. Outside light, 5 minutes. While you're out there, do 1 sensory sprint. 3 shades of a color, 1 sound layer, 1 texture on your skin. Protein first bite, and small caffeine with food. If you use caffeine, keep it half dose and earlier. 1 minute of spot, name, shift. Fence, peeling paint. Sky, pale blue. Mailbox, dented edge. Morning, part 2, 4 minutes. 10-second beam x3 on a small target while standing. Soft eyes, steady feet. 5-3, 2 sweep at your workstation or before the commute. 5 colors, 3 sounds, 2 textures. Then start your first micro task. Midday reset, 7 minutes. Move 5 to 10 minutes at an easy pace. If you can, take it outside and keep your gaze wide. Name landmarks instead of scanning your body. Texture stack with something you're already touching. Glass, cool, smooth, thin lip, light chime. Tag a micro warmth. Text 1 genuine thank you or compliment. If you're sensitive to caffeine, this is your switch to tea moment, or water plus a snack. Afternoon attention tune, 3 minutes. 1 switchback set. Pen/coaster for 60 seconds, then sound/object for 60 seconds. Embed and continue during a routine. Tie shoes, 2 colors, 1 sound, 1 texture, then out the door. Evening wind down, 8 minutes. Go dark 90 minutes before bed. Dim lights, low screens, no symptom content. Breath set. 3 long exhales, then a triangle cycle or a soft hum to lengthen the outbreath. Micro or sip. Window shimmer, street glow. Close with a paper page. If you wake at 3 a.m., sit up, long exhale, boring sentence, back to bed when drowsy. Spike handling, 0 extra minutes. When the movie filter ping hits, run your exit. Name it once, do 1 orienting drill, single sweep or 10-second beam. Do the next tiny verb already on deck. Tag the win in 1 sentence if you can. Pinged, sent message. Tracking, 2 minutes total. Loop snapshot once daily. Alarm rating, attention bias, 3-word triggers, 2 valued actions. Spike sketch only during pings, and always end in action. Now your weekly rhythm, 10 minutes to set, then repeat. Weekly anchors, choose your 3. Relationships, 1 recurring low-stakes slot. Wednesday walk, Sunday call, Friday cook with. Health, 3 movement blocks you can do on your worst week. 10 to 30 minutes, any mix. Creativity/work, 3 ship windows, send 1 email, outline 3 bullets, submit 1 tiny unit. Valued exposure ladder, 1 per week. Pick 1 life-forward exposure you've avoided but care about. Ask 1 question in a meeting, 1 aisle under fluorescence. Sit in the back of a class for 10 minutes, volunteer 30 minutes. Define the prediction, exposure, and 1 safety behavior you'll prevent. Schedule it like an appointment. Never when spiking list, protect the edges. No symptom forums, mirror or selfie checks, or late caffeine during spikes. Put this list on your fridge. It's your do not negotiate column. Recommit ritual, 10 minutes, same time each week. Circle anchors you hit 4+ times. Dot any that slipped, shrink scope or move time. Add 1 nice if do for momentum and 1 valued exposure. Write 1 identity sentence from what you did. I am someone who ships small drafts, walks daily, checks on friends. If capacity dips, use the floor rule. Morning light, 10-minute movement, 1 micro task. If you miss a block, skip the shame tax, restart at the next cue. Consistency beats intensity. Tie everything to cues so it runs without willpower. Mug equals 2 sentences. Shoes equals outside. Blue dot equals spot, name, shift. Cutting board equals 5-minute make. Phone alarm label is the verb. Walk, call, ship, invite. This blueprint makes your verbs automatic and your safety behaviors the exception. As the days stack, DPDR becomes 1 notification among many, not your operating system. The key idea is simple. Uncertain and moving, lower alarm, orient out, act, and let feeling catch up to doing. If you want the advanced drills, ladders, and printable templates, watch the next video in this series. Subscribe for weekly practice sessions, and drop "I'm in" if you're starting the 2-week consolidation. End this video, name 5 colors, and do your next tiny verb.